All right. Hello, everyone. I am back, and we are playing a roguelite today, Gunfire Reborn. I have kind of been stuck on this lately, just enjoying the heck out of it. I bought it when it was still in early access, and it was okay. And then they finally launched it, and they released some DLC, and now I can't get enough. So this is what I'm gonna do today because this game I've just kind of been stuck on for a little bit. So I thought it'd be fun to play this, fun to play and chat and talk about kind of all the stuff that's been happening and changing in my world and all that. So, welcome in, welcome in. We'll give everyone kind of a chance to join, and then we'll get into all the fun and craziness that is life right now. For those of you who don't know what a roguelite is for any reason, or roguelike, there's the roguelike and roguelite are two different terms, but essentially it's the term for a game where when you die, your progress is erased and you start over with nothing. That is a roguelike. A roguelite means that when you die, your progress is erased, but you keep something in between rounds. So, like in this game, you get special currency that you then use to purchase upgrades for your next run to make your next run slightly easier, go a little bit farther. So, roguelites are my favorite. Roguelikes are okay, but I don't like having all the progress erased. It feels good to feel like you're moving somewhere. You're moving forward just a little bit. So let's see. Let's up my dual wielding potential because why not? So, what has been going on for Mr. Waffles lately? Well, I got a brand deal. I've been working with Eco Cat Co. On some cat photography. I've submitted a few photos. They've put some on their website, which is just super exciting to see. It's always validating when your wife, your significant other says, "Hey, I really like your work." Like that means a lot. I'm not discounting that. But when someone else pays for your work and says, "I like your work so much, I want to pay for it and I want to display it on my public website," that feels so good, right? So I've been working a lot with them. I posted a few videos of the cat shoots that I've done, and I can't wait to do some more, honestly. I'm having a blast with doing it. I've got another photo shoot that I want to do coming up here soon as well, with a smoke bomb that I've been wanting to use for a while, so I'm really excited to get to pull that out and get to use that. I was hoping to get one more wedding during this wedding season, but it doesn't look like I am going to get that last wedding during this season, unfortunately. So, that was a little bit of a bummer, but I did get a job through a thing called Photo Fetch. A weed store needed someone to go in and verify they were actually doing the advertisements they said they were, so it was a quick, nice, easy-paying job. I can't much complain, right? Can't turn down any paying job, anything that'll pay me right now, I'll take. But like I said, it's super validating to be working with a brand, and I'm hoping this will open the door to a few other brands that will say, hey, I like your work. I see what you've done with this company. I'd like you to do something similar for our company, and pet photography is kind of my thing. So, getting to do more pet photography would be super. Dexter's here. Good morning or good afternoon. I'm still so used to saying good morning. How's it going? Working with these brands will be super awesome. So I'm hoping to get a few more brand deals on the books, just to be able to do some more working with people. I really want. There's a winery near us that is absolutely wonderful looking that I want to do some drone work with. And they were actually hiring a social media manager to do drone work with them, so I was hoping maybe they would let me come out and do the drone work that I want to do in exchange for some video. So I'm really hoping to get to work with that vineyard, and like I said, now that I've got some brand deals under my belt, maybe they'll be more willing to look into it, to look at me and give me a little bit of time of day. So here's hoping. You worked from home today. It was super slow, so you mostly cleaned your house. That is That is the advantage to work from home, right? Like, if your job only takes a couple hours, then you got so much more to do with your day. And I mean, I know companies hate that, and like, no, we need you working the whole time, but like, shouldn't companies be happy if you can find a way to do your job in 1 hour when it would regularly take 8 hours in the office? When they say, hey, you know what, we are wasting a lot of our in-office time, this could lead to some efficiency. No, that's never how they look at it. Dragon's here. Welcome in, Dragon. How are you doing today? You think they would be happy when you say, hey, I found a way to quadruple my efficiency, but no, it's just immediately like, no, we don't want you to quadruple that efficiency. We want you to be working this entire time, you know? You convinced them to let your department work from home? I'm going to push for 1 set day at home a week now? Yes. Anything you can get. Every little bit's a victory, right? Start with 1 day, then move up to 2. There's just almost no reason to go into the office anymore for many jobs. Some jobs I get that it's essential, like, yeah, I understand. Some jobs you gotta work from home and there's no getting around it, or work from the office, but not every job needs that. Whew, getting a little intense here. Alright. Made some good progress on this guy. He's almost down. A little tired, had to skip class today because your car battery died. You've been helping your boyfriend take care of his dad because he just got out of the hospital. I'm glad you're able to help him with that, but definitely understand, you know, putting everyone else before you immediately becomes this thing of not having enough time for yourself. And Emmy told me this term, I don't know where it comes from, but like running out of spoons, like you've only got so many spoons in a day to be able to handle things like that, so I understand running out of spoons as well on that, you know? Also, sorry, my setup got changed around a little bit. Is the sound too loud? Can you hear okay? Am I having to like talk over it? Do you hear okay? 2 times criticals, however, 50% damage. Ooh, that's not so great. Less dash. While moving, the faster you move, the less damage you take. Okay. Everything's good? Okay, that's just on my end. Excellent, excellent. So definitely don't make sure you're not burning the candle at both ends, you know, make sure you're taking time for yourself and all that, because it's so easy to get burnt out. I'm feeling a lot of that with my job right now, like... So, full update on the job. It was not everything that it was supposed to be, and that has been very hard for me. Basically, they told us one thing, and then it turned out to be something else, and usually I wouldn't be upset about that. Like, you know, just take your lumps, like, okay, they said it would be this, but they only do this, so I guess we're gonna, you know, live with it. But we're talking about a difference of like $40,000 a year, so I really felt lied to and cheated out of that money, which would have been life-changing money. And then to top that all off, like, they promised that they would be using our skills, that, you know, they would find us a job that matches what we were good at. And now I spend 8 hours a day copy and pasting from one spreadsheet to another. You know, it doesn't use any of my skills, nothing about my bachelor's degree, nothing about my management, you know, for the last 5 years, just copy and paste from one department to another. And that's been a huge bummer, and I've been trying not to let it get to me. I know Emmy and I have talked a lot about it, you know, trying not to be a Debbie Downer about it, trying not to go into the office every day upset, but like, how do you not be upset about that, right? Like, $40,000 a year would have been super life-changing money, for one, and then, like, you know, being able to use my degree, do what I've been learning how to do from college and all that would have been wonderful. So I think being upset is a little bit justified. Like, and like my new boss, I enjoy him. I think he's a great boss so far. You know, he he said, you know, be thankful you have a job still. It's like, you know, that you're right. Like, I'm glad they didn't just outright fire me. I'm certainly glad for that. You're 100% accurate, but I think I still have a little bit of a right to be upset about, you know, being lied to. So hopefully it works out. I know it all will work out. I know before the stream got interrupted, I was trying to do the surrender novena, you know, where we surrender everything to Jesus and just let, you know, whatever God's will is God's will, and whatever happens, happens. And I want to be better about that, and I want to just put it all in God's hand, but man, is it hard. Man, is it hard not to, right? You're so conditioned to, like, everything's in my control, and I'm in control of my destiny, so I need to be the one who, you know, makes the changes, but it's really not, you know? And so I've been applying for jobs, but I really haven't found anything, and the job market sucks out there. I know all of you all out there who've been looking for jobs can relate to that to some degree. The job market is awful, so, you know, I might just have to suck it up and be stuck in this job for a while, and I guess I'm just gonna have to learn to love it, because I don't get a choice in it. Hopefully some more brand deals come through. Hopefully, like I said, I can find some more people to do some photography for, maybe some more people who like the work that I've been doing. So it will all work out. It will work out. It just gotta get there, right? And that's the hard part, is being patient until it comes up. See, recover 15% ammo to the magazine every 4 seconds. Ooh. Okay. Dash has 3 charges. We want the 3-charge dash. I hear California is now paying fast food workers $22 an hour. Yes, I heard that as well, which is, I mean, it's a huge win for them, and this is where the conversation's so hard, right? It's the same thing with, like, the debt cancellation. Like, you know, I didn't go to college at first because I couldn't get student loans because of the situation with my family, and I couldn't afford to go, so I wait until I could go, and then I paid, you know, out of pocket / with my job. So it's one of those things where it's like, it feels so unfair that, well, why does everyone else get their debt canceled and not me? You know, I could use that $10,000, $20,000. But I acknowledge that's the wrong way to think, right? Because in order to make progress, that's just, it's the standard trolley problem, right? In order to make progress, someone ahead of you is going to get a better life, right? And you just have to learn to be okay with that. So the people getting $22 an hour are like, yeah, when I started working, I was getting paid $7.50 an hour, which was horrible wages, and I've worked very hard to up myself, so I'm getting a great living wage now. So it feels invalidating when someone else just immediately gets what you've worked so hard for, but at the same time, that's just progress, right? Like, in order for us to progress, that's just going to have to be how it is, and we have to accept that someone's going to get it a little bit easier and better, and we need to be happy about that, right? We need to be happy that, oh, someone else gets an easier, better life. That's what we want, right? That's what we want for everyone. Everyone wants a better, easier, happier life. So we just need to learn to accept it when someone gets it and be thankful for it. But I acknowledge it is very hard. It is very hard to be happy for someone else getting everything that you worked hard for, right? And Lord knows, I mean, those fast food jobs, like, those are hard jobs. Don't get me wrong. I worked in the service industry. I worked in the food industry. Those are hard jobs. They definitely earned the money. Like, there's no doubt about that. That is one heck of a hard job. For student loans, I paid mine off years ago. It doesn't affect me, but I'm happy there's getting help. See, that's the right attitude. That's ultimately what we have to get on, is, yes, we paid ours off, we did our dues, we did, quote, the right thing. Other people are getting a perk or benefit, and we should be happy that they are receiving that, because now the next, you know, generation of people might get some loan forgiveness or some things that they need, you know? Like, it can only get better from here. Same thing, if everyone gets $22 an hour minimum wage, then that means eventually, hopefully, my wages will go up, right? So it's about helping each other and lifting everyone else up. It doesn't do anyone any good to bring everyone else down, right? Working hard to try and get your dream job is hard. Trying to find the time and motivation is really hard. Oh man, tell me about it. And it doesn't help that all these companies have these horrible, horrible, and I'm going to emphasize it, horrible applications and websites. Like, I know it's a meme, but man, is it frustrating to say, okay, you know what, here's my resume, I want to work for you. And they say, great, thank you for your resume. Now go ahead and go to my website and enter in all the information that's already on your resume. Okay, but I gave you my resume. You already have that information. Too bad. Enter it again. Okay. I'll retype up all the information, and then you'll send me your quiz, and it'll be some sort of, super annoying quiz that may or may not be super relevant to what we're doing, and who knows if it'll actually, get through, and then you have to go through all the bots who look through your stuff and say whether or not you're worthy of them, and it's a terrible process. And that's if they have a good website. Swaddle's here. Welcome in. How's it going today? Good morning. Like, I went to apply at the post office yesterday, and the post office, the USPS, the post office, a huge institution, has a website that looks like it was designed straight out of 1995. Like, how do you expect me to apply when your website looks so awful? I guess that's like half the thing is, oh, we'll just eliminate applicants because we'll make our application process so frustrating that only someone who's truly dedicated will apply. But that doesn't seem like a good way to get talent, that annoying half your applicants does not seem like the way to do it. But what do I know? And Target's another one. Like, I wanted to apply for Target, and I went to go apply on their website, and holy cow, their website is awful, and their application process was so frustrating. I just was like, you know what? I don't want to work at Target this bad, and I just straight up left the website. The classes you are taking are super boring, but you're learning a lot about how to run a successful business. I mean, that is boring, but it is good information. To be fair, the post office hasn't been properly funded since 1995. I mean, that is also absolutely true. And I actually, I have to admire, I guess the post office, at least in some areas, and it needs to be expanded to everything, you can get a checking account through the post office. And I was always like, well, why would you get a post office or a checking account through the post office, right? Just go with a bank. But, I didn't realize there's a lot of small towns that don't have banks, and if there's no bank in your area, you need a bank to function, especially in modern day. So having a post office with a checking account that's free for people is an absolutely essential service that I would have never even thought about. My good friend Carl, who now lives in Sweden, was talking about that. I never really thought about it until I was like, you do need a checking account to be able to function, and if you don't live near a bank, then that makes it really hard. Whoa, excuse me. I only don't like one class, that's your audiovisual class, because you don't like recording yourself. I can't say I feel you there, because I record myself an awful lot. I probably record myself too much. The Target website is pretty good, their app is good. I mean, Indeed does it the best. Now, I hate to say, but just having a centralized thing where you just say, I want this job, and it sends them your resume and applies and fills all that out for you, that is the best way it could be. That is the best function. Indeed has it down. Minus all the scam jobs on there. Now, I guess I'm just gonna be ranting a little bit today, but I gotta tell you also how much I despise the spam side of it. Is I go onto Craigslist almost every day to search for a job. So I go to the gig section and look at the gigs that people have posted, and all it is now is it's like DoorDash posts 100 times a day that they're looking for DoorDashers, and Uber's looking for Uber riders, and all that. Like, they've ruined Craigslist by turning it into a place to try and beg for people to come work for DoorDash. Like, I understand DoorDash needs people, but post once and then move on. Don't post 100 times. Oh, the application process on Target is awful. Let me tell you. Like I said, I wanted to apply for a job there, and it was so bad I just gave up. I just legit I did not want to work there bad enough that I would put up with that horrible website. Which, like I said, I guess is a good way to weed out applicants and only get the people who truly want to work for Target, but if I'm interested in your notes from business class, I'd definitely love to see what you're up to. I don't remember hardly anything from my business class. Alright, what do we got here? Anything good? Piercing Flame? Frenzy? No. And there we go. Okay, I think I'm done ranting for a little bit. I think I got all the rants out. I think that was everything I had to rant about. Almost actually. I thought of one. Thought of another thing I had to rant about. So I've been posting a little bit more religious content lately, which is good. That's what I've always wanted to do. That was kind of the goal, was to get religious content. So yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch of very mean comments, which is to be expected. It doesn't bother me at all. But on one of the posts, we were talking about scammers. And you know how like people call your cell phone and try and get you to sign up for extended warranties, and it's a scam. And you know, obviously scamming people is bad. That is wrong. You should not scam people. But I said that, hey, you don't need to abuse those people, right? They still have a right to human dignity. You don't have to fall for the scam, right? You can just hang up your phone. You don't have to be rude to them or say mean things or try and annoy them or anything like that, right? Like they are entitled to some basic human dignity. And the amount of people that upset, I was so surprised how many people were like straight up offended, that legitimately like, no, if someone annoys me, I have a right to berate them, to yell at them, to tell them I hate them, to screw with them, to do everything I can to ruin their life because they dared to take up 5 seconds of my life by calling on my phone. And again, I get it, like, yeah, scams are bad, but that's still a person on the other end of the phone. Like, they still deserve to be treated as a person. You don't know their situation. A lot of those people don't want to be in that situation any more than you do. That's the job that they have, because in some countries that literally is a job. And yes, it's not a good thing, but some people have to do things what they have to do to feed their families, right? So I can't believe how many people felt entitled to abusing people because, well, they took up some of my time, so I have the right to abuse them. It's mind-blowing to me. I don't like how cruel some people can be. Basically, I'm just saying I'm not interested in hanging up. Exactly, that's all I'm saying. Like, you don't have to fall for the scam. You don't have to spend your time there. You can literally just hang up the phone, and that's the end of it, right? Like that's it. You just hang up the phone. You don't participate anymore. But is there really a need to abuse them, to berate them, to do all the things that people do to them? No, I really don't think that there's a need for that. So, but again, like I said, people were fully upset. Like, no, I have a right to do that because they took up a couple of my time. Like, it truly boggled my mind. I don't think most of those people are even talking about scammers. I feel like they're rude to telemarketers. Yeah, I mean, that I was a telemarketer for a while, so I experienced that a lot. And they have that same attitude towards, like, telemarketers, religious people who come to your door to spread their religion. I get it. I understand that, thinking the Mormons are annoying when they come to your door, the Jehovah's Witnesses, but is it really so bad that you answer the door and say, you know what? No, thank you. Thank you for coming to my door, but no, thank you. Took 5 seconds. Is it really worth now berating them over that? Like, I really don't think it is, but some people feel entitled to, well, they knocked on my door, so they get all the abuse that I can fling at them, and I don't get it. And I know it's like a simplification of the Bible, but when people break it down that like Jesus was crucified because he told people to be nice to each other, again, massive oversimplification, but I mean that's essentially what it is, right? Jesus said be nice to each other and they killed him. And you say, oh, that's not realistic, and yet here we are. Here we are in the year 2022 saying, hey, be nice to that person who came to your door, say thank you so much, and move on with your day. And like, no, I have a right to, you know, make them think that I'm a Satanist and offend them or say rude things to them because they took up 5 seconds of my time. Exactly. There are ways to avoid those situations without being rude or cruel. That's all I said. That's all I suggested, was that people find ways to get out of those situations without being rude or cruel. And they were just straight up offended that I dare try and take that away from them. I do not know why I keep getting this boss, but he is not a fun boss to fight. You gotta hit that little Iron Man heart thing to get the double damage to try and take him down. Alright, that did some damage. We're making progress. Oh, we're almost halfway there. Ooh, come on. Ah. Shoot. I have not been getting a good setup. That's okay though. We're earning points to unlock the next level, get the next character going. Was that post on TikTok or Insta or on both? It was a comment on someone else's video. So it was just a harmless little comment, and I still get people tagging me. It has been weeks, and I still get people tagging me like, "Oh, look, a scammer. Should he be nice to that scammer?" And I tell them the same thing, like, "Yeah, he should." And it just it doesn't surprise you, right? It's on TikTok. Same thing with Reddit. So there was a lot of fires in my area. A couple fires popped up here in Oregon, and they were not good fires. There was a couple people who had to be evacuated. They had to shut off power. Like, it was pretty severe fires across the board in a lot of places in Oregon. Upside down controller. Okay, let's try it. So someone said, hey, you know, there's all these fires going on. Does anyone want to start a prayer group or anything for, you know, all the fires going on? Because, you know, fires, we need to pray for people. Very simple request. And this was on Reddit, which, you know, Reddit already is very not religious. And all they did was just attack the guy for asking if they wanted to get together and pray for the poor souls who are losing their homes and losing their lives, and all their pets, you know, that are getting running away from home because of all the smoke. Like, it's a very simple thing, and they just attacked the poor dude for asking a simple question. Like, I get that religion has become less and less popular, and I get that it's now, you know, uncool to be religious, but I did not expect that there was so much just pure hatred towards religious people. And don't get me wrong, I do understand it to a degree why, you know, there's a lot of Christians out there giving people a bad name by, you know, being passive aggressive, by hating on people and things like that. But it's just the pure hatred of someone for just daring to be Christian is getting out of control at this point. And I know we've talked about this a few times where, you know, people talk about, like, being discriminated against, that you know, Christians don't get discriminated against and that they're not that bad off, but it's happening more and more, to the point where, like, even in jobs, when I applied for a job and one of the guys messaged me and said that he had to cancel the interview because he was sick. And okay, that happens, no problem, no skin off my nose. And I thought, okay, well, you know, I'll tell him that I'll pray for him. And then I had to sit there and think, like, wait, should I tell him that I'm going to pray for him? Because what if I don't get the job because he doesn't want to hire someone who's religious? And even though, you know, that's illegal, you can't do that, we all know that that happens, right? So, and that made me feel awful. I didn't want to feel like I couldn't share my religion with someone because I might not get a job because of it. So it does happen. It's happening more and more. You got a new fall through blanket today. Husband is sick of me getting decor, but we have one for every season. One he got was ruined. I don't think he remembers. He's not observant. So when I put the fall stuff out on October 1st, I'm going to see how long it takes for him to notice. Emmy does the same thing. She gets a fall blanket every year too. All right, Angelic Aura. Reddit's a terrible place. I don't like religion, but I don't understand those militant atheists. Then again, we can't avoid the fact that some religious people have been very militant for a very long time. Oh, 100%. The problem is on both sides. I can 100% agree with that. But the problem that we face is that, how do I explain this? So, people talk about, like, the extreme left and the extreme right, and then, you know, people in the middle. And what happens is that when you have extremists on both sides, they don't allow for a middle ground. They start to push and say, oh, well, if you don't actively, you know, discriminate against religion, then you're for religion, which makes you the enemy, which forces people to pick sides, and then you start to have these very terrible extremes on both sides, and we really need to start avoiding that. And there's so many people who feel pushed in that box. Either it pushes them towards religion, say, okay, well, you know, if I'm going to get hated for not hating religion, then I guess I'll be religious. And then there's the opposite, where, like, well, if I'm going to get, you know, a little bit of hate for being religious, then I'm going to become militant on the other side. Like, the extremists, it just converts people, and people just operate in this black and white, and the world is not black and white, right? So it's very bad. I wish people would start getting a little bit more middle ground, but I don't think we're going to see that in my lifetime. The AITA is the only thing worthwhile on Reddit. It was until all the bots started farming that content, and now it all ends up on TikTok. Man, that is so annoying that everything that gets posted on Reddit is now posted on TikTok by the AI voice that reads it. And they claim that they were going to make an algorithm that, you know, didn't push that content, and I still see accounts that have 500,000 views with that stuff, so there's no escaping it. I hate Reddit posts on TikTok and Insta. Me too. That is one of the worst things on those sites, and that's saying something. Oh, ran out of ammo. The reels, not the actual text posts. TikTok feeds it to you. Here's the problem. I mean, that is part of the problem, though, right? That is good content. There's no denying that it's good content, but it doesn't belong there. It's kind of like when people post clips of Family Guy. Like, certain things of Family Guy are really good, right? Certain skits of Family Guy are really good, so you want to sit and watch that really good skit because you know it's really good. But by watching it, you've engaged with that content, which is only going to make them, post that content more. And it becomes this never-ending loop of more and more Family Guy, American Dad accounts popping up because it works. And then it gets into, like, stealing people's content and other things like that. Like, it's a vicious circle. One guy I follow who posts text posts on Insta. He posted a few reels and got flamed, and he stopped. I miss old Instagram. I never got into Instagram when it was big. I wish I would. You know, as a photographer, a photo sharing app sounds awesome, but I mean, Instagram is no longer for photographers. Like, there's just no nice way of saying it. Like, they don't care about photography content anymore, so... You know, all of my pictures, when I want to post a picture, I'll get one view on a picture and maybe a like. If I post it as a reel, I'll instantly get 10,000 views and a couple hundred likes. So even though, you know, it's just supposed to be a picture, I have to post it with, you know, the sob story and all about, you know, like, oh, well, you know, this was my favorite picture before, you know, my great aunt's cousin passed away of cancer, and it always reminds me of her, and that's how you get the likes, right? You gotta sell the sympathy card and all that, and it shouldn't be that complicated, right? You have your photographer, you got a picture, you post a picture, that's how the transaction should end there. But now the fact that everyone wants, you know, interesting content, and you have to have stories with it, and influence stuff, and it's a game I don't like playing. I like watching people react to the Am I the posts. But it's sad when people steal the audio and just put them over baking. Yeah, that's what it's become like. And TikTok is definitely doing some damage on this. There's just undeniability that TikTok is one of the culprits of this. But the fact that, like, in order to make a successful YouTube video now, they say that you need to have something flash on the screen every 5 to 7 seconds. That people's attention spans are so terrible now that they can only pay attention to your video for 7 seconds. Like, instead of trying to find a way to abuse that algorithm, maybe we should find a way to solve that problem, right? People should be able to focus on something for longer than 7 seconds. That's gonna have some unintended consequences at some point. Like, the chickens are gonna come home to roost at some point on that. I don't know when, but 7-second attention span is not good in any way, shape, or form. I'm starting to not like TikTok, and I haven't found the motivation to post on it. I haven't been on it much. Man, I feel ya. I want to stop posting on TikTok, but at the same time, like, that's one of the only ways I'm going to get my business noticed. One of the only ways I'm going to grow is having that TikTok, because it's undeniable. I mean, I have, you know, 11,000 going on 12,000 followers on there. Twitch, I have 100. YouTube, I have 200. Like, it is undeniable that I have an audience there, but it doesn't mean you want to do it, right? Dormant bullets. Deleted TikTok a while ago. It's the best decision you ever made. Oh, 100%. 100%. I do not doubt you there. It's just undeniable that social media is bad for us. But it's one of those, you gotta play the game, right? Like, the only way I'm gonna get noticed is through TikTok. It is so much thoughtless content. It truly is. At this point, the only reason why I scroll on TikTok is because I can find good content to duet. But then it becomes just, it's work, right? I'm working all the time because I'm scrolling through TikTok not to enjoy it, but because I'm finding content to work with. Guess we'll take Blade of Bloom. Alright, this is the easier boss. We should be able to take this guy on. Come to think of it, I think I found you on TikTok, Waffles. I mean, that is That is the problem, right? Undeniable. You can find a lot of things on TikTok, and like the only reason I have the Twitch followers I have is because of TikTok, right? Like, and all of my website views all come from TikTok, so that is, as much as we dislike it, we have to use it because there is no denying how useful it is. Oh, almost got him. Oh, no. Bad time for him to hit me. There we go. You're doing a Christmas deal. You started it last week. If you buy 2 paintings, you get 1 free. Excellent. You found me during my original Arceus playthrough back in January. Has it been that long already? Man, I have been streaming a long time. And not to a whole lot of success. I still average about 2 viewers on Twitch, so I don't think Twitch is my main thing. I'm growing my YouTube, though. I mean, getting views on YouTube and growing there, and I know that YouTube is way more better to have than Twitch in a lot of cases, so the Arceus playthrough. See, I've been thinking about dropping my partnership or affiliate with Twitch so that I can go back to streaming like on TikTok, because I found a lot of great people on TikTok. Oh, no, 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 I'm gonna burn to death. No. Ah. I found a lot of great people through TikTok, and like I said, Twitch, I get maybe 2-3 viewers on, so it really hasn't been worth it to stick to Twitch, so I'm really considering dropping the affiliateship so I can stream to Twitch, to YouTube, to TikTok, and do it all at once and kind of have everyone. Been debating if you want to start doing Twitch. I see people streaming on both Twitch and TikTok all the time. Technically, you're not supposed to. If you've made it to the affiliateship, once you sign your affiliateship paperwork, you're only allowed to stream 1 at a time. So you can still stream on TikTok, but you can't stream on Twitch simultaneously. So anyone who's doing both either doesn't have the affiliateship, or they're doing what they're not supposed to. Now, granted, my account is so small. Does Twitch care? Probably not. I doubt they even know who I am, but I like to do things by the book. So if I want to start doing more on TikTok, then I'll drop my affiliateship over here. Which, on the plus side, if I drop the affiliateship, that means you guys won't get ads anymore, which is awesome. There's paperwork to do on Twitch. I don't have enough followers on TikTok to go live. Yeah, so Twitch, you don't have any paperwork to start with, but if you sign up for the affiliate program, there's tax information to fill out, there's tax forms, there's contracts and agreements, so it's a little bit involved. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people did. I mean, that's kind of what I did. I got a lot of people from my TikTok to come view me over here, and that got me the affiliateship, and I signed up for the affiliateship right away, and like I said, I just don't feel like it's been worth it. Like, you can't even access your payout money on the affiliateship until you hit $100, and I'm at about $30 right now, so I'm a quarter of the way to seeing my first payout, and I've been doing it for like 4 or 5 months, so that $100 barely seems worth giving up the audience that I have on TikTok and be able to grow over there. So focus on, if you can, grow that TikTok, because once you hit 1,000 on TikTok, once you hit your first 1,000 and can go live, you'll start snowballing. Once you go live, you'll get more people from your lives, and you grow so much faster. And then, like, once you hit 10K, it goes even faster. I hit 10K last month. I'm almost at well, I'm at 11 now, going on 12. So it grows. The bigger you are, the faster it is to grow, which isn't fair, but that's just the truth of the matter. The bigger you are, the more views you're going to get, the easier it is for you to go viral, the easier it is for you to get on the For You page and all that. So it is very hard to get followers. It is very hard to get followers. I've found some success with Dungeons and Dragons content, but I know, like, artists, art is a big way. It's just, everyone says, finding your niche, finding your community, and sticking with it. I've been lucky enough to, my niche is me. I've grown my brand as me, so I can post religious content and D&D content and photography content and drone content and Marry Life content and all those things that I like to do because that's what I've grown my account as. So I honestly suggest that to people more. Like, I know you want to find your niche and do your niche, but if you can grow your fans of what you are, then it makes it a whole lot easier once you go get a little bit bigger. That way you're not losing people when you start posting outside your, quote, niche, right? No one seems to be interested in art. That is 100% the truth. And it sucks. And I had that same problem with my photography that, I take these photos that I'm super proud of, but no one would want to look at the photos. And that's just the truth of the matter is no one's really interested in art right now. So you got to find basically a way to make that art valuable to them, whether it be showing them art techniques they can use themselves, or making your art entertaining, or giving them that value of well, you're taking the business classes right now, right? Your value added statement. What value does your art add? It's the same thing with my photography. I take a photo, I post it, no one cares about that. I'll get one like, and that'll be my mom or Emmy. But if I put a story with it, or explain how I did that, or how the photo shoot worked, or things like that, that's where I might get, some interest in it. And even that's a gamble. There's no guarantee that I will. So showing off like art techniques or things like that probably would be a better bet. But it's all luck. Like, don't let anyone lie to you. Don't let anyone tell you, like, oh, well, if you do everything right, or you follow my tips, or if you buy my strategy, you'll be big on TikTok. No, it's all 100% luck. 100% luck. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I posted a dumb video about Burning Man yesterday. It has 100,000 views. I've posted photography things I've poured my heart and soul and time into that have gotten 3 views. It's 100% luck. And anyone who says otherwise is lying to you. Flat out. Absolutely flat out. Like, I know that everyone posts every other day, like, oh, here's how to beat the algorithm. Here's how you can get seen on the For You page. Here's the tags to use. It's all luck. It's all luck. If you post 10 times a day, I guarantee you one of those videos will go viral within a month, because it's just luck. So just keep posting and you'll get there. I was told to post every day, but I don't have time for that. Yes, posting every day does help, because like I said, it's a numbers game. The more you post, the more chance you have of going viral. So definitely, ow, that guy got me with a barrel. It is definitely hard to post every day, so that's what I'm saying. When I scroll through TikTok, I'm making duets, I'm making stitches, I'm turning their content into my content, because that's the only way. Because I post about 5 videos a day, 6 days a week. So it's turning other people's content into your content. It's duetting, it's stitching, those sort of things. They've already got the idea, right? They've already put the hard work in. Now you're just building on that conversation. So, like, my favorite thing to do is when someone duets or stitches or makes a content about Dungeons and Dragons, hey, that's easy content for me. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to say, you know, watch that video to get the full context. Here's my addition to the conversation. And that makes for easy content that's good and valuable. You got to add to it, right? You got to actually add to the conversation, but it's much easier than thinking of it on your own and coming up on it on your own. Because coming up with that many videos on your own is just difficult. The other thing you can do, which is something that I've done that works very well, that I highly recommend, is you do your TikTok live. So get yourself to a point where you can do TikTok lives, and you do the TikTok live, and then you download that TikTok live, and then you chop that up, and now you've got, you know, 100 TikToks out of a 60-minute live. So reusing your content, it's not reposting, it's just repurposing and reusing your content. So when I'm streaming with you guys, like, something that's always on my mind when I'm talking with you guys, where'd you guys go? My other screen just broke for a second there. I don't know if it hiccuped or what. Okay, sorry. So one of the things I'm doing, like when I'm talking to you guys, is I'm trying to think about conversations that I'm having and topics that I'm having that can fit in a 1 to 3 minute window. Because if I can say what I'm trying to say within 1 to 3 minutes, I can clip that from my stream and I can turn that into a TikTok all itself, right? So when I do my rants, I try and, you know, I go over the whole rant, and at the end of it, I'll summarize what I just ranted about, because hey, boom, now I've got free content. I've already made that content. Now I just got to go in there, click the buttons, and off we go, right? So think about those sort of things when you're creating content too, to take the workload off of you. Say, okay, I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to take this live, and I want 5 stitchable moments from this live to repurpose into different content, and that'll take care of my posts for the week. But it is hard. You gotta have in the moment, right? You gotta be thinking about it in the moment actively. How am I going to achieve this? And it's hard. You know, there is an art to it, but the more you work on it, the more you practice it, the better you're gonna get at it. And then it becomes second nature. And then all of a sudden, you know, my 1-2 hour streams turn into a couple YouTube videos and a couple Instagram posts and a few TikToks, and it makes it much less work when I have all of that going on at the same time. So try and think about that when you're making posts, things you can repurpose into other things. And then like moments like that where I'm just taking a breath, that's okay. That's great for the stream, but you know, that won't be a TikTok moment. You don't need a TikTok moment of me breathing. I don't think. I'm sure there's a subreddit for that, but not for me. There we go. Lucky shot. Okay. And we opened that already. Onward we go. So, you know, planning ahead on content like that, or if you just make a YouTube video, like if it's easier for you rather than making a whole bunch of TikToks, you know, just do a YouTube video and then you chop that up. I know there's some people who repost their videos, so there is some value to reposting your video, and here's why. Let me take a drink really quick. So on TikTok, specifically TikTok, when you post a video, on average, if you look at the analytics of an average video, 95% of that video is going to be new views. So if you think about it, if your TikTok video gets 1,000 views, 95% of those, so 950, are new viewers. They may be new followers and things like that, but for right now, just they're new viewers. They've never seen your content before. Every video you post, that's going to be the case. 95% of it's going to be new viewers. So that means if you repost a video, only 5% of your audience has actually seen that video before. So there'll be 95% that's going to be new eyes on that. So for the majority of people, it's not a repost. And yes, you might have a few people who hang around your channel a lot who say, oh, I remember when you posted this, or this is a repost. But for the vast majority of people, they're going to be like, oh, this is cool, I've never seen this before. So reposting can definitely have huge benefits when you look at the math that way. I'm just not a fan of reposting, so I don't do it myself, but there's definitely value in it. It's undeniable. Now, eventually, if you repost too much, those numbers might be skewed, but for the most part, it's always going to be new people seeing that video for the first time. Fresh eyes. And it's already good content, right? Like, you know that, hey, that video already went viral once, that video already blew up once, like, it'll probably blow up again, right? So, it's proven success. The problem with that, though, is if it works too good, then all of a sudden everyone starts reposting things and everything just becomes rehashed content, right? So, I fear that, and I don't like that idea of it, but I acknowledge its value. Yes, that is a great idea. Do the stitches and the reposts, and when you're in the mood to draw, then just make multiple videos and save them to your draft. The drafts is a super powerful tool. Emmy could tell you all about that. She probably has at any given time like 20 or 30 drafts on her phone at once. Like, utilize those drafts. Even if you don't ever end up posting them, it means you have content in the chamber just in case. Like, no good reason not to have a whole bunch of stuff in your drafts. I've got a whole bunch of TikToks sitting in my drafts right now from when I was in the hospital with Emily's grandma, because I literally, all I could do, they wouldn't let me into the hospital main room because only one visitor because COVID, which I 100% understand. I'm not complaining about that. It's like, I'm just sitting there for 4 hours. What else am I going to do? So I might as well make content and throw it in my drafts to use at some point. So I've got a whole bunch of videos just sitting there waiting to be discovered someday. That was actually one of the most surreal things, though, I gotta say. Sitting in the hospital waiting to find out if her grandma was going to pass away or not, or if she was going to recover, or if we were going to be staying there overnight, worrying, that was all on my mind. And right next to me was some lady who was just playing Call of Duty at full volume, shooting people. So you just hear people screaming, getting shot, and dying on the video game next to me while I'm sitting there. Is someone actually going to die in real life? What's going to happen? I don't know. It's just such a surreal experience being in the hospital and seeing people who are so unconcerned, and there was a frat bro who broke his leg and he was happy to be there and all hopped up on all sorts of happy drugs, and it was just so strange. I guess serendipity, maybe? I don't know what the right word for it is. And broken, that was too funny to me. It truly is the weirdest thing. It's so rude to be playing that full volume, though. No doubt. But what was I gonna do? You're in the hospital. Obviously, nothing's going well if you're in the hospital. So it can't be hey, I know you're coping or dealing with something terrible right now, but can you turn down Call of Duty, please? I hate being in hospitals. Oh, 100%. I despise hospitals too. But being there for family. Getting pretty good at dodging these things. Ooh, what do we get? Plus 3 damage for every 100 copper you have. Ooh. A little extra damage never hurts. Ooh, we are taking too much damage today. I do not know what is wrong with me, but I'm not doing well today. Usually I'm much better than this, I promise. Which, I mean, that's not even like... Even worse than playing Call of Duty full volume in a hospital is when you're going on a hike and you're like out in the middle of nature just enjoying it, and there's somebody there blasting horrible rap music at full volume on the hiking trail. Like, I truly contend that is probably the rudest and worst thing that you can do in that category of annoyance, is blaring T-Pain while everyone else is trying to hike and enjoy the great outdoors. Like, oh man, that and buses. Loud music on the bus. And like, people ask all the time on Reddit, like, why do people do this? And I don't think there's ever been given a good, satisfactory answer for why this occurs. Why people... I got stuck on a wall. Why people do that. Something in the human psychology. First off, I love rap. Second off, T-Pain actually makes good music. You know, I don't contend that. There is some bangers, but no music is good on a hiking trail. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good blared through horrible phone speakers at 6 o'clock in the morning on the hike trail. Find a more remote hiking trail. I am a large person. I can't go on remote hiking trails. I need the easy trails with easy access still. I'm a very beginner hiker, you know. I'm still working my way up to the more advanced hidden trails. The rudest thing I do is hike in the woods, but no one's around. I've considered getting one of those oh, what do you call them? They're like the privacy tents for being able to go to the bathroom in the woods and such. It just pops up and gives you a little bit of privacy. I think those are a good idea. I will probably get one of those. We're hoping to go hiking here soon, so... Hiking and camping. We just got our camping gear in, so we're hopefully going to go camping here soon. That's definitely one of those things I want to contend with as well, that, like... I love streaming, but I also love getting away from work. Like, I don't want to be that guy who's streaming while we're out camping. Like, could you imagine waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning at the campground because there's some guy, you know, 2 campsites over from you going like, hey, it's your boy, St. Waffles, good morning, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Like, that would be a terrible way to wake up, you know? So I probably won't do much streaming while we're camping for that exact reason, for the sanity of all the other people around us. And, like, I understand I'm not a quiet person, so my voice travels. If I talk while I'm outside, everyone will hear me, so I just probably won't get very many hiking streams or camping streams, but lots of photos from them, you know, that'll maybe make up for it. You need to start all of your content and streams by saying, hey, it's your boy St. Waffles. Oh... The hard part is I don't think I can do that ironically. I'm not sure if... Is that even... Does anyone even do that anymore? Like, unironically, does anyone do, like, the hey, it's your boy anymore? Is that still a thing? Or does just everyone do that ironically now? I'm so out of touch. So old. Alright, I don't feel like we're going to get very far on this run either. I don't feel the luck right here. I'm glad to hear some people still do it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all the cringy things like? I know I've said this a lot. I know all of you probably have said this at some point too. Like, thank goodness that TikTok and all that was not around when we were in high school. Can you imagine the cringy things that we would have said that would have been immortalized from the early 2000s on TikTok? Like, if we had it, the "Hey, it's your boy" would be the least of the cringy things that would be said, you know? I need you to go to a candle store and review the scents. So, I have learned something about candles, and that is Emmy and I have polar opposite scent palettes. Like, if I smell a candle and hate it, I know that she's gonna love it. And the same thing for her. If she smells a candle and loves it, she knows I'm gonna hate it, and that she's gonna love it. So, I did not know that like scent palettes were a thing, but apparently they are, and you can have polar opposite smell profiles. Cause like my favorite smell, my favorite candle. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I accidentally tore the label. Well, I tore the label off this candle because I wanted to use it for a photo shoot, and I didn't want a label on it. So let me see. I think it is maple syrup golden waffle pumpkin spice flavor, and that's what it smells like. It smells like maple syrup waffles with a hint of pumpkin. I love that. I love like Sensi, the sugar cookie Sensi smell, like the overwhelming smell of like someone just baked cookies and shoved them in your nose. I absolutely love that. Emmy hates it so much. Welcome in, KG boy. KG, how's it going? We're talking about candles and scents. What's your favorite candle? I also love like chocolate, cookies, anything like sweet and over the top is my favorite smell. I don't like floral smells. Give me a good strawberry shortcake doused in truffles. I'll smell that all day. My husband hates strong scents, but we both love woodwick, white tea, and jasmine. I love floral or fruity smells. If you go to Target, they have a fruity pebble smelling candle, like Trick cereal fruity pebble. They have cereal candles, and one of them truly smells like fruity pebbles. See, I don't do the soft scents. I need that in your face scent. I need to know that I'm smelling a candle, you know? I'm gagging. I hate every smell you guys like. I'm sure someone out there does it, but does anyone make like a fish cooking in the microwave scented candle just to mess with people at the office? Because that would be a truly heinous smelling candle. Salmon in the microwave. Pumpkin waffles? I have a pumpkin waffle candle, yeah. I love the pumpkin waffle candle. Target also has these beautiful display stone candles. I'd burn them into the ground and fill them with non-scented, self-scented wax. Interesting. Target has a cauldron that I want to get for a photo shoot too. I can't wait for them to put it out. Oh, so I just unlocked this hero. I've never used him before. Apparently, his ability is to punch people, so I'm just going to walk around punching people. Pumpkin chai latte from Starbucks, you're basic. we have been boycotting Starbucks, honestly, and I know Emmy said that one thing she really wanted was a pumpkin spice latte when it came out. We actually found Target sells some pumpkin spice lattes that are not terrible, so she got her pumpkin spice latte. Ooh. But actually, speaking on the boycotts, that's something else that we've been talking about. Like, it's such a hard thing. So, as Catholics, we try and live what we believe, right? So if a company's values do not match with ours, then we try not to shop with them because, well, why would you support a business that doesn't believe the same thing you do? So we try and be conscientious of where we shop, but like we were talking about the other day, like how far can you really go in it? Like in today's society, everywhere is evil, right? Like, so if you don't want to shop at a place that doesn't have Catholic values, like you can't shop at Target, can't shop at Walmart, can't shop at Safeway, like Albertsons, like you wouldn't be able to buy foods, right? So where do you draw the line where you say, okay, I have to deal with an evil company because that's just the world we live in, but which company, which evil do I accept and which evil do I not? Which company do I not shop with because I disagree with them, and which one do I shop with because I disagree with them but I have to buy food, Like, it's tough. It's a very tough conundrum. And I honestly, I still don't have. I don't think I still have an answer to that. So we're trying to find a balance, but it's hard, and it's hard giving up like stores that you like, right? Like Target was on that list for some sort of thing that's going on, some sort of fair event that's going on. And it's like, we love shopping at Target, so if we stop shopping at Target, like, okay, where would we go? Walmart? Well, Walmart's as evil as they get. Safeway's got some problems going on with it right now. Like, there's no good company to shop at. Every time I see someone struggling to afford stuff, I always try to help them pay for stuff. That's really awesome. There's a place around us called Free Fridge that is kind of like the idea is that, food insecurity happens all around us. It's not just like people starving in Africa, right? Like people are starving right here, so being able to buy food and give it to someone that they can go get it without, making a spectacle of it, people seeing it, it's a really good thing. So I'm really glad to hear that. That's awesome, Dragon. Alright. I think this is my last run. Probably. Probably gotta get up and go do something after this. Don't know what, but probably gotta get out of my chair since I've been sitting here since 4:50 a.m. this morning. Even working on homework while watching me. Well, at least someone's been productive. I saw a TikTok today saying that Walmart had $3 air mattresses and people were buying them to distribute to the homeless. So if you have that deal near you, oh, that might be something we have to check into. I hadn't heard of that. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Thank you for telling me. I'll go check that after work today. I'm glad I am good background noise to do homework too. Yeah, please do share it in the Discord. We'll have to see if we can find that, because that would be excellent for people. Like, I don't know if I'm strange in this. This is one of those other things I want to talk about, so here we are. Like, does anyone else have, like, a homelessness backup plan? Like, I've always had, like, the worry in my head, like, what if I become homeless? So I need to have a good backup plan, so if it ever happens, you know, I'm not caught completely unaware. You know, having a good backup plan is always a good thing. So I thought to myself, what's the best situation I could put myself in if I lost my home for some reason? So here's my homeless plan. Step number one, well, I still have a checking account, still have, you know, all of my stuff, because, you know, it's day one, is go to Planet Fitness and sign up for a Planet Fitness membership for $10. Because then you have access to a warm, dry place all the time. You've got access to a shower, and you've got a place you can work out and do things when you have nowhere else to go, right? You can just sit at the gym and, you know, casually walk on the treadmill or anything like that. You've got lockers to lock yourself up. Like $10 for as many showers, as much entertainment as you need. That seems like a good deal. So step number one, Planet Fitness account. Step number two was Costco. Get yourself a Costco gift card, because if you have a gift card with Costco, you can shop there even if you don't have the membership. Now, what you're going to do is go there for the hot dogs, because for $4 a day, basically, you can get 2,000 calories worth of hot dog and soda, which, I mean, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's calories and it'll keep you alive. So that's not too bad for $4 a day. And then if you end up making any money from, you know, a job, wherever you get that money from, I always said that Sundays would be the day that I'd go to a buffet, because you can go to a buffet and for $11, $12, depending on if you're going during like any other specials or anything like that, you can get all your vegetables, right? So the idea is for $10, you go in there and you just eat salad all day long to try and counter out the hot dogs, right? If you're eating 3 hot dogs a day for 6 days a week, you're not getting your nutrients. So you go to the buffet, and that's when you get all your nutrients in, is eating as much, you know, salad, broccoli, vegetables as you can on the buffet, because the next day it's back to hot dogs. And that's as far as I've gotten on a homeless plan right now. Of if I don't have a house to go back to, that seems like a good way to at least keep myself alive while I figure out how to get back on my feet. Like a doomsday prepper. I am not ashamed to say that I did put quite a lot of thought into that plan. I'm glad I've never had to use it. I've never, you know, never experienced homelessness. I am very thankful for that, but I'm also thankful to have a backup plan, just in case. We also do have a couple of those Doomsday Prepper boxes of food. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe if I turn my camera, like, if you see that bucket back there, there's 2 buckets that are filled with, like, freeze-dried foods. So, you know, if the day ever came, I have 4 months of freeze-dried food. Like, again, it's not good food. You're not going to be happy eating it, but it'll keep you alive, right? And that's the goal, is to stay alive and try and get to the next, you know, next stage. So Costco's selling they sell like a 47-pound bucket of macaroni and cheese. I think that's next on my list, is to have 50 pounds of macaroni and cheese just in case it hits the fan. Like, that's as good as gold, right? Having all the macaroni and cheese in the world, ready for the zombie apocalypse. You know, I know that like zombie apocalypse planning has always been popular, especially with like the old zombies, Walking Dead and all that. Like, I try and keep it grounded in reality. Like, I'm not planning for a zombie apocalypse, but it never hurts to be ready. It never hurts to have, you know, hand crank radios for communication when things are broken down, a little bit of extra food for just in case things go wrong. Like, it never hurts to be prepared. So that's kind of my motto of always be prepared. I'm pretty sure that's the Boy Scout motto. Isn't that the Boy Scouts motto, is always be prepared? So that it's not hoarding, it's not prepping, it's just making sure that I've got something so that if power goes out or there's an earthquake or something, that I can survive for a couple weeks while we get back on our feet, Problem is, it takes up a lot of room. A lot of room. Else I would have more. The other one I want to get is they make this giant thick plastic bag that goes in your bathtub, and basically if you think the water's going to go out or something will go wrong, you plug it into the faucet, and then it can store like 150 gallons of water in your bathtub for up to a month. Like, that seems like a good idea. Ooh, come on. Ooh, nope, back up, we got too close. We are hitting that spot just perfect. I was never a Boy Scout. I should have been a Boy Scout. My dad was a Boy Scout. My dad was an Eagle Scout, so I don't know why I wasn't a Boy Scout. Should have been. Probably would have learned some good things. I probably could have learned to tie a knot good. But I can't tie a knot to save my life. Alright. I gotta get up. I gotta get out of this chair. I gotta go start my day. Thank you everyone for hanging out today. Thank you for joining me today. I missed you all. It was good to stream. It was good to see you all again. Very happy to have you all here. Thank you for hanging out. I should be streaming tomorrow again, so hopefully see you then. And just again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. It does make my day. Have a wonderful day, everyone.